In 5.
Good afternoon, members of the media. Thank you for joining us here at the police headquarters, Hamilton Police Station this afternoon, where we're going to get an update from the chairman of the Road Safety Council, Mr. Dennis Lister III, on the operations of that organization, and some comments from the Deputy Commissioner of Police, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Martin Weeks, in terms of the recent, well, what might seem an increase in road traffic collisions that we've been having, and of course, unfortunately, we've had 2 fatalities. So addressing you first this afternoon is going to be Mr. Dennis Lister III, the Chairman of the Road Safety Council.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the media. On behalf of the Bermuda Road Safety Council, I would like to take this opportunity to offer condolences to the families of those road traffic victims this year. New Year, use your safety gear. That is the January slogan of the month by the Bermuda Road Safety Council. January is a time for fresh beginnings and turning over a new leaf. While many people will do it by creating a New Year's resolution, we would like to encourage persons to include improved driving as a resolution. Each of us can do our part. If we all do our part as it relates to improved driving and increased road safety, we will have a safer road environment for everyone. There will be other people who will be out walking, running, and cycling for recreation or exercise for their resolutions. While we are happy to see the public enjoy these activities, safety must be first. We can all recall stories of near misses and accidents between vehicles and pedestrians or cyclists. There are stories of drivers and riders not being aware of pedestrians until the last second. To this end, we remind walkers, runners, and cyclists to wear bright and/or reflective gear when on the road to ensure that you are facing the traffic coming towards you. Please be reminded that if you are walking 2 or more, to walk single file if you are on the road. Motorists also have a role to play by ensuring that during times of low visibility, they use their headlights. At dusk, dawn, and during rainy conditions, having your headlights on is not only for your visibility, but also for the oncoming vehicles to be able to see you. Another important tip is ensure that you have the right gear. Not only is it about having the right gear, but making sure that your gear is up to standard and in good condition. While cycling at dusk, dawn, or night, ensure that you have a working light and horn or bell. Check that your brakes are in good order. Rather, for a pedal cycle, motorcycle, or an electric assisted cycle, helmets are necessary while riding on the public roads. Helmets that are industry standard will last for 5 years before they should be replaced, whether they've received damage or not. In recent months, we have seen an increase in the popularity of electrically assisted pedal cycles, and we must adapt with the times. The Auxiliary Bicycles Act 1954 gives the definition of an auxiliary cycle as means a vehicle with 2 or 3 wheels intended or adapted for use on roads, and the vehicle is 1, electrically propelled, or 2, is mechanically propelled and has a motor with a cubic capacity not exceeding 50 cubic centimeters. This shows that electrically assisted pedal cycles fall under regulation, and as such, the Bermuda Road Safety Council is lobbying the Ministry of Transport to bring them in line with motorcycles which are required to be licensed and insured. We, the Bermuda Road Safety Council, understand that there will be some resistance to this, but we aim to put safety first. We would like to be proactive than rather to wait until something happens. The Council would like to see this as a priority for the Ministry to take up. In regards to wider traffic regulations and schedule of offenses, there will be some work done on updating them to fit our society today. The Bermuda Road Safety Council realizes and understands the role that technology can play in helping to address road safety. The topic of installing speed cameras has come up many times, and the Road Safety Council supports this idea. We understand, however, that any action to initiate them is solely dependent on what is set in the budget. The technology of speed cameras will not only assist the Road Safety Council, but also the Bermuda Police Service as another tool for enforcement of traffic laws. And I want to take this time to thank the Bermuda Police Service for the work they do to keep our Bermuda roads safe. With the introduction of roadside sobriety checkpoints in 2018, the BPS has successfully operated this initiative, and we have seen the positive results of it. While drunk driving isn't the only cause of collisions, it is one of the top two along with speeding in Bermuda. The BRSC will continue its efforts to address these other causes this year, and we ask the public to also continue doing their part. Since 2018, Bermuda has seen a steady decrease in road traffic fatalities year to year. In 2018, due to the high number of road deaths in 2017, the BRSC was commissioned by the Ministry of National Security to come up with a road safety plan to address the amount of road traffic incidents. Operation Caution, the Road Safety Plan 2018 to 2023, was formulated to help address the cause. Of the plans and objectives, reducing road traffic collisions and road traffic fatalities by a quarter each year was the main objective for the Council. We have gone a long way to achieving that since then. In 2017, there were 15 road fatalities. In 2018, there were 12. In 2019, there were 9. And in 2020, there were 6. In these few years, we have reduced road traffic fatalities by 50%. I am proud of the work done by the Bermuda Road Safety Council and the public by doing their part to be a part of the solution. In closing, 2020 was a year like none other. Let's say goodbye and hello to 2021. Together, if we do our part, we can ensure Bermuda's roads are safe. So be safe, drive with care and caution, don't drink and drive, and slow down Bermuda. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon now, yes, 10:12. I'd just like to echo the comments by the Chairman of the Road Safety Council and thank him for the support that he has given to the Bermuda Police Service in what we do on the roads. We get a lot of calls to the police asking to see more enforcement, to see more of this, more of that, and we understand the anxiety that some people feel around road traffic and some of the behaviour they see on the roads. But what I'd like to reinforce for everyone is the fact that we understand that the majority of people in this island know how to drive safely. It's unfortunate that there is a core group of people who do not, and those are the ones that we see all the time. And those are the ones that the Bermuda Police Service is going to be targeting going forward to try to reduce fatalities and also to reduce some of the dangerous driving that we see. And in order to do that, it's very clear that we've got to start doing things differently. And that's not just the Bermuda Police Service, that's the island as a whole. So we're going to be working closely going forward with Mr. Lister and the Road Safety Council, as well as highways and the corporations, to look at ways we can do things differently. Let's go back to the drawing board and say, what can we do to stop people getting killed on our roads? Who can we talk to? Who can we get to talk to the people who are actually causing the problem? Because none of these people are driving in from the next city. They're all local, they're all related to us, they're all our friends, family, children, uncles, aunts, and it's across the demographics. So we need to start as a country talking to people and trying to get people to slow down and to think about how they're driving, particularly on motorcycles in this island. As I said, we're going to be looking at new ways to do things, new techniques. The use of technology is obviously in there, and as Mr. Lister referred to, we are looking at all the technology that's used in other jurisdictions. It comes with a cost, yes, but some of the cameras that we already have the ability to do other things. We just need the back office part of that, which is a separate cost and a separate resource that we still need to work out how we would process the tickets to people, process the photographs that are taken by cameras on red light cameras or speed cameras. And so there's still some work to do there. But be aware that we are working closely with the Ministry of National Security to try to achieve some of these goals in 2021. Thank you.
Any questions, members of the media?
Yes, I have a question for the Chairman Lister. We've been hearing about road safety, various road safety plans for some time, including the speed cameras. I'm wondering if you can give us a time frame when we can expect Parliament to actually legislate substantially tougher road safety measures.
As I said in my comments earlier, that we are doing a review of the traffic offenses and schedules. It has definitely been brought to attention that some of the traffic offenses are outdated, even the scheduled offenses, the charges, they probably don't fit the offenses, so the review is being done. I can't give a timeline, but once it's finalized, then we'll present something back to the media and to the public, so you guys can see what we've done, what changes have been made, and what has been updated.
So, yeah, I just had, I certainly hear you that fatalities have gone down, and that's great. But, we go back to the emergency, the summit that the late Sean Crockwell called on road safety, that was years back, and as you both said, we still see a minority of people who go really fast and drive crazy. Would you agree that there needs to be something beyond encouraging people, but some way of just curbing it, whether through technology or, well, I guess technology, putting more cops out on the road is probably not an option that we have anymore, but I guess just through enforcement rather than encouraging people would be able to do this?
To your point, as the Assistant Commissioner did say, it's just a small core of people that are committing these traffic offenses. And as you said in your question, if we can utilize technology can have a big part to play. Just for example, speed cameras. If we have speed cameras set up in prolific speeding locations, we can catch those persons, we can send them a ticket. So that technology goes a long way to helping address this, and we just look forward to that discussion of when the technology can be implemented, installed, and used.
Are you optimistic that might be able to happen this year, or is it too early to say, or?
I'm always optimistic, but again, it's out of my control, so we just have to wait to see what will be done behind the scenes to get that up and running.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any questions to the Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Reeds? Okay, if that's the case, then members of the media, thank you for attending the press conference, and of course, I'm sure that Mr. Lister is going to provide you all with copies of his speech, of his address at some point. Thanks again.
Thank you.